Hello again and welcome back. This video going to be all about getting the dashboard out. So that basically the inside of the car, from the, from this front bit where the camera's positioned. This is where all the welding needs to occur more than anything. Before we can think about other things. Made a few decisions off camera regarding the video before last, sorry, in terms of buying new panels and things like that. Decided I'm going to try and rescue them, so that means sorting out the rust on the door and the rear driver's door, the front driver's side wing and the front valance, as they were the main issues really. Basically I thought, well, sheet steel is cheaper than the actual pressing and pattern part, and the pattern parts can be notorious for not being well fitting, so they require fettling. And also thought it's an opportunity for me to actually to improve my own metalworking skills. So with that said, that's what I'm going to do. Also, I think in terms of underneath the driver's side and passenger side, where it comes to the jacking points, I think I've already got the panels for that, which is, might be a cop out really, but there's still steel above it that needs to be rectified, which is what the sheet steel is there for. But before I can do any of that, I really do need to get this dashboard out. Right, so I've had a look at the Haynes manual, and that only tells you how to take out the dashboard of a Riva. So many models of Lada from this, in terms of age, not spec, although maybe. So I'm going to have to wing it and try and not break anything. So basically everything just needs to come out. I want to try and take the steering wheel off, which means that all of this will come out. That, Christ knows how that comes out. Also the heater, so there's probably, I'm going to have to drain the coolant as well, I think. Have I opened this? No, I'll show you in here actually. It's a very big, how would you say? A very big glove box, and I think that's an aerial. Because we found the speakers. So let's see, all of this needs to come out so I can assess it and apply more modern stuff. Just need to work out how to get it out. Now I may partake in the odd cigar, but not while I'm driving. That's nasty. So no. Right, so can't help the sun do that. But basically one start here really. I think I can leave the steering wheel on, although it'll need to come off at some point, but I'll leave it for the time being, but might take it off if it causes enough issues. For this case, for the casing around the column stalk, there's 2 screws here, there and there, one there, one there. I think that's it. So that's what's going to come off first. It's kind of awkward to film this due to the size, but I think that's the wrong one. So the Phillips screws holding this all together. It's always worth getting a screwdriver that has some sort of magnet attached to it. That doesn't matter. Now, I can't tell you for certain whether your Lada will be the same as this one, but I started out as a Phillips. Where's the camera? It's 40 years old, so of course there's going to be a hodgepodge of screws. Now, it's just go. Oh. Sweet. And then the top bit comes up. So you see, this is the top bit that's come off. Still quite in good condition, but then again, it's not something that will always come apart, is it? Right. Alright, so the shroud's been taken off, the cover. As you can see, well, I can see better now than I did before. This bracket, well, brace. Oh, you can move it now. Didn't know that. Anyway, that I thought was attached to the dashboard. It isn't. Same as that side, but what we do have, screw there, screw there, screw over there. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum 4 screws, maximum 6. Because I think someone's actually, not me, tried to attach something to this and they took it out without really sorting it out. But I've got ideas for this dash, so I'm not really that fussed. I think that's the choke, is it? Yeah. Don't know what that is. Oh, cigarette lighter, sorry. Yeah, so start taking the screws off here, here, there and over there. So again, these are Phillips. seeing as you can see, it's already starting to want to come out that way. So yeah, so we'll carry on doing that. But I'm struggling to find a good way, a good place to put the camera. It's a bit better, I think. I think actually there's only really 4 factory standard screws that are holding this in. As you can see. For whatever reason, that one on the left was really hard to get out. The next part now is to take off the A-pillar trim, and these have just got, like, you can see easy enough that they're held in by Phillips screws. Same on that side. I also left the door trim there, rubber trim, so I need to take that off. I'll only show you the one. Okay, so all the screws are removed, and it's a bit difficult to get out, but I didn't notice this. So it's already been taken out from behind. So there's one screw left there. So I'm just going to remove that now. No, I didn't notice this until I was looking around. Should just come out. Shit, another screw there. Now, nice, isn't it? That coins. It's Lithuanian. Gonna keep that. Might be worth something after I've made money back on the car now, haven't I? Just found it. Right. The next thing, there's 2 screws in here. I think. Well, sorry, I know they're screwed. But there's definitely something just holding it back. So yeah, I just want to get as much of the screws that I can see out before I start poking and prodding underneath. Oh. Oh, more fuses. Keep them. Okay, so the reason this wasn't coming off was that under here, you can see that there's a bit of a steel cap or collar, would be the better word for it. That was missing. Sorry. So when I was looking at it, it looked as if there was no screw, but the screw was buried in there. It's now out. So it's alright. I think there's something here though that's holding it in now. So I don't know quite. I think that's got anything to do with it. So the bolt there. So I wonder if I go underneath here. Sorry, if I go underneath here. Maybe not. Need to work out how to get that out, because I reckon obviously if I get that out, there'll be clips similar to what's in here, and that side is holding it out, and then it'll come out. Everybody's favourite, the number 10 socket. Well, not. Space is quite tight in here as well, so you can't do it with a ratchet. But yeah, just gonna take that off with my fingers now. So that's come off. Now I've got to take that one out, and then I've got to work out how I get the instrument panel out, and then I think this is ready to come out completely. Okay, so I've taken that one out. That was easy to do with a ratchet because, well, we got space. But the other thing is as well with the one up here, if you just move the thing up, the dashboard up, you get more room for the socket. So yeah, I'm gonna repeat that on the driver's side now. Right, so this is day 2 of what would have been or should have been a 1-day job. Getting this out. I had to go out yesterday, but anyway, this bamboozled me a little bit because from the outset, from here, there's no real easy way of getting this out. So again, I'll go on the Lada Facebook group, and a chap called Ed Hughes. Yeah, it's definitely Ed Hughes. Who does stuff for like Practical Classics. He said to basically pop this panel off, which is, if you're a bit more affluent in Russia or wherever they were selling the Ladas, you'd have a radio here. Pop your hand in there, there's a clip, and then push the clip, this will pop out, and then it'll all come out. There's a speedometer cable to undo. That brings the speedometer out. My hands are the size of shovels though, and that is not shovel hand sized, so it'll be interesting. I might need to maybe ask the missus if she'll do it, but that's doubtful. So I'll just have to make do with the size hands you've got. See, it's easier to get that out if you have a small flat head. Yeah, it's like there is a clip. Yeah, there we go. Haha. Oh. Famous last words. There we go. Where's my microphone? Where have you gone? So, basically, as you saw, put the hand up there, felt this, so you just, how awkward, I can't remember how I did it now. I think you just, most obvious isn't you just push it in, push it and pull it. Push it all the way to the left, and then it all comes out. Just need to undo the speedometer cable. Ooh. Uh-oh. Bizarre. That's the... There we go. So 2 connections. As you can see here, so there's a connection there, connection there. Speedometer cable just screws into that. So fairly good nick actually, considering. Because I think some of the ones I've seen online anyway, the diode here gets burnt out. Seems alright. Oh. Moving. Right. Okay, so from what I can see, that's one nut that has to be removed, and then that's the next one, meaning then they might be connected, but we'll see. But it should all just come out now, so that's what I'm going to do. Right, all the bolts, or the nuts holding this dashboard in, I think now are taken out. That's all it is. Now it's just these that I'm gonna have to get out and do that one, I think. But one thing is that when you are attacking the two nuts in here, this is better. Just a normal socket with the racket. Yeah. When you're doing this, a normal ratchet with a socket, 10mm socket, they're all 10mm nuts, with an extension bar is going to be so much easier for you to do this than what I was doing with the ratchet spanner. Because I'll show you when we get out actually. I suppose in a sense, what I'm doing is cheating, because obviously I don't have a windscreen anymore. But as you can see from behind, these are what the nuts are holding on to when they screw onto there. Now if I try and show you as best I can, these are on a they're not 90 degree, the angle's more acute than that. So when you try and get in there with a ratchet spanner, it's quite difficult. You don't have the gap or the space, and even though over there on the passenger side I could just pull the dash up towards me, which put a bit of pressure on the brackets, which meant that I could put the ratchet spanner in. Over here there's no such joy. So it's not my dog. My dog's on holiday with my mum. So yeah, as I said, take the socket, take your extension bar, and do these two that way. Maybe advisory to take out the steering wheel, I don't know. But I didn't, as you can see. And you don't necessarily need the windscreen out to do this, but I think for this part it's made it easier. Yeah, so as you can see here, that's the warp, that's the thing for the water jet. These are the switches. I think, I'm hoping they pull out that way, but I'm going to double check that off camera. I'm going to mark up these as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of wiring, whether I'm going to keep the Lada wires or transplant the wiring loom from the Rover. I'm not sure, so that's why I don't want to destroy anything, and that's why I'm marking as long as I go along, because actually it could be the case that I don't even use the Rover engine. I'll just stay with the Lada lump. Not sure, but if I destroy this, it limits the options, doesn't it? So I'm just going to mark these up now and then take them all away. It's easy to get carried away with these things when you're taking out switches. Putting a photo of, well, you saw it yourself, what the switch bank was like. Switches like, you know, connectors like this, and that's what sits in behind on the driver's side. These all worked, apart from this one now, because as I was taking them out on this side, the whole case packed up basically, because obviously these spade connectors, they've been there for, you know, since Jesus was a lad. So they're quite difficult to move, and even though I was going easy, I thought with the pliers, no, I took them apart. But I think I should think that it's savable. You know, got these contacts, so I'm just going to put these together. But yeah, obviously I've got some more to do there, for the heater, and for the, I think there's a light of some description, for the glove box switch. Once that's all done, I can take this out and carry on taking out the rest of the stuff, so we can start welding. Not today, but we can. Obviously, if you're doing this and you have the windscreen in, you'd be doing this all from inside, but I have the luxury of having a broken windscreen, so I can get in like this. Now, is that Johnny 5 or is that Wally? What do you think? Right, I think so. The screws on this side that I missed. In the previous scene, I said there was 2 holes that it looked like, you know, something had been drilled in. Again, lack of a metal collar to indicate that there were screws there. Those screws are holding in the heat controls, which had them on the end of it. Obviously, the whole thing the dashboard couldn't come out over that, because these things were keeping it in place. All I did, you can see a tab. See a tab there? Well, the metal arm for the heat controls goes in, and all it is just like a small flathead screwdriver, just, you know, wiggle it loose, and they come out. So now the heater control, he says, as you can see here, just take these There you go. Pull out. Pull out. I should have took a photo of that. One moment. I'm sort of for my records, sort of for a how-to that I'm going to put up on the website, because it's difficult, because these cars are getting popular in this country. Well, I say popular, same, it's more of a cult following. I think it's a cult following, but a following is a following. And you know, people might not go to the same extent as what I'm doing in terms of, you know, transplanting the engine and things like that, but it's always good to know what's, you know, if you needed to do something, if you need to change part of the car, even if it was just a restoration, at least it's good to know what you're doing. Right, now this side, you can actually see more than me in a weird way. So it's just the light, which I think is a pull-out job. Famous last words. No. Yeah, this. And then the hope I got. It's getting there. Something's holding it back. Heat, something with the heating room again. Hold on a moment. Oh. I don't even know how old that frag ash was. Right. I was sort of half right, but you have seen this a lot longer than I did. That's the ashtray, and it comes in behind it like that. So obviously I was trying to pull that out, couldn't, because the faggot, the ashtray was still out, was still in there. Sorry, it's out now. It's job done for a little bit. So as you can see, no more dashboard on this Lada 1200 2101 Nikita. I want to say massive thanks to Ed Hughes and to Pete Marshall on the Lada owners group. Yeah. I want to say a massive thank you to Ed Hughes and Pete Marshall on the Lada owners group on Facebook for helping me with getting the speedometer out, so we could actually get the dashboard out. I think all in all, it's 20 past 1 now. Started at 12. Rough mental maths. It's taken about maybe 2-3 hours, I think, to do this. But then again, I'm messing about with I say cameras. I've got the one camera, and well, actually, I've got that camera that I'm filming on. I'm also taking photos of it so I can document it. If you're just doing this on your own, it'd be, I reckon, a good 2 hours, hour maybe. I don't know. Depends how much of a rush you're in. But yeah, so that's it for this video. If this has helped you, please like and subscribe. It's a new way I want to do the videos now. It's just basically document each job as more of a, this is how I done it. Because as I said, these cars are getting more interest, really, especially from people in the UK. And there's certain places on the internet where this information might be, you could find it, but how easy it is to get that information is another story. But as I said, you know, it's documented now in the video. That's how I did it. There's probably better ways, like knowing you had to take the clips off. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yeah, thanks again, and I hope everything's going all right with you. Good luck.